How to subtract integers. Let's say we have positive 8 subtracted by positive 5. So we have 8 positives representing positive 8 and minus or subtracting means to remove or take away. So we will remove 5 positives from positive 8. So what do we have left? We have 3 positives. That means the difference of positive 8 and positive 5 is equal to positive 3. Or you may remove the positive sign. It still means positive. But another way to interpret minus, aside for removing, is adding opposite sign. So if you subtract 5, it's the same meaning as you add the opposite sign of positive 5, which is negative 5. So just like this, and you add it, then the result will be the same. It's still positive 3. So you need to know these two meanings of minus because there are cases that removing doesn't make sense. And so you have to apply the other meaning of minus. Now how about this? Negative 8 minus negative 5. So let's visualize negative 8 with 8 negatives where the red circle represents negative. And then we will take away or remove negative 5 or 5 negatives. So what we have left? There are 3 negatives. That means the difference of negative 8 and negative 5 is negative 3. Now how about this? Negative 8 minus positive 5. So let's visualize negative 8. And now we want to take away or remove positive 5. That sounds weird because we are trying to remove 5 positives from a set of negative numbers. You cannot take away of something that you don't have. So the meaning of remove for minus that will not work or it's not applicable. So we will use the other meaning, which means minus means adding opposite sign. So that means minus positive 5 is the same meaning as adding a negative 5. So how many negatives do we have now? There are 13. So the difference of negative 8 and positive 5 is equal to negative 13. Another example, positive 8 minus negative 5. So let's visualize positive 8 with 8 positives. Now we want to remove 5 negatives, but then you cannot remove it because all the givens are positive. So the meaning of minus as removed is not applicable. So we will use the other meaning, which is adding opposite sign. That means minus negative 5 is the same as adding positive 5. So we have 13 positives in all. So that means the difference of positive 8 and negative 5 is positive 13. Now let me teach you how to subtract integers using its rules without visualization, since using figures takes more time to solve it. So there are 2 steps to subtract integers. The first step is to use keep, change, meaning for keep is to keep the minuend. The minuend is the number at the left side. And then change means to change the operation from minus to plus. And the last change is to change the subtrahend, with its opposite sign. If it's negative, change it to positive. If it's positive, change it to negative. The second step is to follow the rule for adding integers. Since the minus was changed to plus, and then just proceed to adding integers. So let us use the examples in the previous slides, and then we'll compare the answer to you when you use visualization and when you use this quicker solution. So it was positive 8 minus positive 5. So obviously, without thinking of integers, just 8 minus 5, obviously that's 3. But for the purpose of learning subtracting integers, we will see it as positive 8 and positive 5. And so we will follow the first step. We keep, change, change. So keep means to keep the minuend. Change means to change the operation into plus, and another change is to change the subtrahend to its opposite sign from positive 5 to negative 5. Then the second step is to follow the rule for addition of integers. So for addition of integers, if it's different signs, we subtract the numbers. So let's subtract 8 by 5. That is 3. So the um, the sum of 8 and negative 5 is positive 3. So that means the difference of 8 and 5 is 3. So that's the final answer. We have the second example in the previous slide. It was negative 8 minus negative 5. So let's follow the first step in subtracting integers. We keep, change the operation, and change the sign of the subtrahend. Then follow the operation for adding integers. So we have different signs. So if it's different signs, we subtract. So 8 minus 5, then it's 3. So that means negative 8 plus 5 is 3. But follow the sign of the bigger number. So 8 is bigger number and the sign is negative. So it's negative 3. Then the third example was negative 8 minus positive 5. So let's keep, change, and change. Then we look at the signs. They are the same. So in adding integers for same signs, we add the numbers. 8 plus 5 is 13. So the result must be 13. But remember, we follow their common signs. So the sign is negative, so this must be negative 13. And then the last example was 8 minus negative 5. So we keep, change, and then change. So we have positive 8 plus positive 5. So if it's the same sign, we add them. 8 plus 5 is 13, and copy their common sign. They are both positive, so 13 must also be positive. So the final answer is positive 13. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have learned from this video. Please support my channel by pressing the subscribe button, and also write the math topics you want to learn on the comments section.